The Girl Who Played with the Stars. Once upon a time there lived a little girl who wanted one thing and one thing only, to play with the stars in the sky. Every night before she fell asleep, she would stare out of her bedroom window at the stars dancing above her, and wish that some day she might dance with them. One night she decided to make her wish come true, so she crept from her bedroom, down the stairs, and out of the front door, and she set off to find her way to the stars. The moon was full, the night was warm and bright, and it wasn't long before she spotted the stars, reflected in the water of a little pond. "Excuse me," she whispered to the pond. "Can you tell me how to get to the stars?" "That's easy," the pond rippled back and shook. "The stars come and shine in my eyes on most nights, so brightly in fact that I have trouble sleeping. If you want to find them, you're welcome to jump in." And so the little girl did. She swam and swam around that little pond, but she could not find a single star. So she climbed sadly out again, said goodbye to the pond, and set off dripping down the path. Before long she came to a little field, and there were the stars, dancing like tiny lights in the dewy grass, and dancing with them were the fairies, clapping their hands and beating their wings to the sound of a harp and pipe and drum. "Excuse me," she called to the little people. "I want more than anything to play with the stars. Do you mind if I join you?" "Of course not," the fairies called back. "Come and dance with us as long as you like." And so the little girl danced. She danced round and round till she could hardly stand. But she never danced with any stars. No, not one. For the stars were not there at all. They were nothing more than the reflections in the wet grass. When the little girl realized this, she fell to the ground sobbing, and the fairies stopped their dancing and hovered round her. "I've swum and I've swum," she sobbed. "I've danced and I've danced, and still I have not found the stars." The fairies felt sorry for the little girl, so they did what they could. They gave her a little riddle. "Ask 4 feet to carry you to no feet at all," they told her. "Then ask no feet at all to carry you to the stairs without steps, and there you'll find the stars." The fairies went back to their dancing, and the little girl went on her way. Soon she met a horse. "Excuse me," she asked as politely as she could. "I'm on my way to the stars. Could you give me a ride?" The horse neighed and shook his head. "I cannot help you," he explained, "for I am here to help the fairies, and the fairies only." "Ah," the little girl smiled, "then you must be 4 feet. The fairies told me about you. They said I must ask you to take me to no feet at all." "Well, that's different," the horse snorted. "Climb aboard, and we shall be there in no time." And off they went, through the forest, over the fields, hoofs hammering and hair blowing, west and west and west, until they reached the sea. "I can carry you no further," the horse explained. "You must wait here on the beach for No Feet at All." The little girl had so many questions. Who was No Feet at All? What did he look like? How would she find him? But before she could ask a single question, the horse turned and galloped away. The little girl looked up into the sky. The stars were as far away as ever, and she was lost and all alone. Suddenly, however, something went splash, then splish splash, then splish splash splish. The little girl looked into the sea, and there was a fish, a huge fish, a massive fish, a great giant of a fish with green and yellow scales and the kindest looking gray-green eyes. Could it be, she wondered? And so she called, "No Feet at All, is that you? No Feet at All." And the great fish leaped out of the water and landed near the edge of the beach. "Where shall I carry you, my dear?" asked the fish. "To the stairs without steps," said the little girl. And off they went, fins flapping, night dress dripping, slicing through the salty waves, west and west and west. And then the fish just stopped. "We're here," he gurgled, "at the stairs without steps." But the little girl could see nothing at all. "Step off my back," the fish insisted. "It will be all right." So the little girl stepped off the fish's back and into what looked for all the world like a vast and endless sea. But before her foot could touch the water, a pure white gull flew under it. She stepped higher, and there was another gull, and she stepped higher still, and with every step a gull was there to hold her. When she had climbed too high for the gulls to fly, the clouds took over, and step by cloudy step they carried her at last to the land of the stars. The stars reached out their warm and shiny arms to welcome her, and she spent the rest of that night dancing their sparkling dances and playing their golden games. When the little girl finally grew tired, they wrapped her up in a cloud and sent her off to sleep. "Come again any time," the stars said, their eyes twinkling, their faces shining. The little girl dreamed of fairies and night wind and stars, but when she awoke, she was back in her room, and the cloud beneath her head was nothing more than her own soft pillow. Had it all been a dream? Nothing more than a dream? Then why was the hem of her night dress damp? And why did her hair smell of cold, salty air? And where had the horsehair come from, which she clutched in her little hand? The little girl smiled and pulled the blankets tight up to her chin. Then she made another wish and shut her eyes, and set off to dream again. The end.